What is going on, boys and girls of YouTube? I'm back at it with the YouTube teaching content. I know there's been a lot you guys have been able to learn from these Elo Hell videos and all this other stuff, and I'm gonna keep doing those. Those are fun and you like them, so why not? But today I'm gonna do a top 5 video because I haven't done these for a while, and I feel like there's a lot of value in this, especially with a patch hitting probably when this video goes live. So this should help you out a lot overall, let you know what to play. And while there's definitely some of my opinion based into these, I've looked at the win rates in ranked. Win rates and ranked are very skewed towards the bottom end of Smite, but besides what, I looked at the win rates, I've looked at the changes, and I'm basing it off of that. All these ideas, pretty simple, pretty straightforward, right? So get into it. I'm gonna do top 5 junglers just to start off with, and I want to do an honorable mention because she's not gonna be in the top 5, but she's a very, very high win rate in ranked. It's Kali. You guys already know why Kali ends up winning games. Her ult is a super, I want to say, team fight hindrance on the enemy team. People really value and sometimes overestimate the Kali ult, and at lower ends and a mid level of Smite play, Kali ends up getting away with a lot that she shouldn't because of the threat of the ult or because of the ult in general, just resetting, people not building anti-heal, little things. Kali's gonna be honorable mention, especially with crit being extra nerfed with this spectral buff that's coming out. I don't think spectral is actually going to be OP by any means. It's getting a slight buff. I think it's more people are gonna build it because it now has a passive that gives you power. So you're just gonna see it more often, so it's gonna be more annoying. So your crit gods, Mercury, Baka, are gonna fall off of my list for now until we see if I'm wrong and, you know, nobody cares about about spectral armor, or they do. You know, I could be wrong, but I don't think I will be. I think when changes like this go through, people just overvalue the item and start buying it a ton, and it'll probably get re-nerfed here pretty soon. Kali's gonna be number 6 on that list, and that's why. Number 5, can't speak or think or use my brain. Number 5 on the list is Ao Kuang. Why is Ao Kuang number 5 on the list? Once again, in my mind, we're knocking off the crit gods right now. I still think Baka and Mercury are going to out-farm everybody, but most games are going late game, so spectral armors are going to ruin the late game for those gods. It's going to make it a lot harder to play and get free kills. But gods like Ao Kuang are going to excel once crit falls off because the top 2 farming gods in the game are gone. Ao Kuang's biggest issue in my mind, it's not even that big of an issue, is farm. Ao Kuang doesn't farm the fastest. He kills insanely well. He kills frontline insanely well because of his execute. So he does what he needs to do at a very good, you know, level, but he doesn't farm. His farm won't be impacted at all in this patch, but his counterparts farming, you know, the Mercuries you play against, the Bakasuras, whatever else, their farming won't even be, people won't be playing them, so you won't have to go against these super farmers, and he'll do better. Also, if you've noticed, somebody today tweeted out, this is SPL level, but this applies to every level. Mages are doing the most damage in the game right now. Their average damage is much higher than everybody else's. So being able to take a mage to the jungle for that late game puts you in a situation and in the scenario you need to be to top damage and to carry. So you're able to kill the front line. You have high damage output with items even after nerfs. There's like 3 builds you can go on Ao Kuang that are all really good. Mage build is by far your best option. You do not need auto attack items. You go Protector of the Jungle. That's the only attack speed you need on the whole kit because it is broken. And then you go mage items. You get your Spear of Desos, Divine Runes if you need anti-heal, Soul Gems, Soul Reavers, Rada Tahooties, all very, very good. Obsidian Shard, very, very good. The mage builds are all hyper value on Ao Kuang, whether you go lifesteal or not. Ao is going to be our only mage in the top 5 assassins. Hebo's very good, don't get me wrong, but we've seen Hebo kind of slide out of out of everyone's mindset. I won't say the Hebo mindset. People who play against Hebo feared Hebo for a long time. And if you see people tweet about it or talk about it, they're like, oh, 4 ults, Hebo has 4 ults, blah, blah, blah. That's not why Hebo is good or bad. Hebo is a close range mage that has a bunch of counter picks. So if you have the top pick Hebo to get it through, it's probably going to get counter picked. You're going to play against your Fenrir's, your Dodgies. You're going to play against gods that have more distance. Your Agni's, one of the best mages in the game. Gods that can just bully out you as Hebo. Hebo requires crazy positioning, even with his kit. It just doesn't matter. You need good positioning. So he's not going to be in my top. He's just not going to be in my top 5. It's not even close. It's much more difficult to play Hebo than it is Ao Kuang and pretty much all these other assassins. So number 4 on our list. My mind is all over the place. Number 4 on the list is going to teeter between really just these two gods, and it's going to be depending on your mechanical skill level. If you're a high mechanical skill level, it's going to be Thanatos. If you're a lower level mechanical skill level, it's going to be Ravana. Both of them are very good ability junglers. One is a hyper, carry, the Thanatos. In this Thanatos, it's going to be, I don't mean hyper carry. I mean, your position needs to be perfect all the time. You can't miss ability, so you need to play mechanically sound. You don't really have any get out of jail free cards, but you have one of the best early and mid game hits in Smite, and that execute carries weight from level 5 all the way through to the end of the game, where some ults might not have that full impact really in the game at all, let alone throughout the whole game. Ravana, on the other hand, is our simple, basic jungler. His kit is basic. Why? Cone 1, easy to hit 2, and the 2 is just super straightforward. If you're going to hit by ability, press 2, it won't hit you. Big range, easy to hit 3. And then an ultimate that makes you take less damage, do more damage you can use to avoid more damage. The kit is just straightforward. You look at one person, you throw your whole kit at them, they die. In the meantime, you can avoid damage from 2 abilities. You take less damage from one of them. It's just a very basic god where the mechanic skill needed to play the game is super low. Between Ravana and Thanatos, it's going to be up to you and where you think your playstyle is and where you think your mechanics are. Thanatos, just the ability to control in the mid lane. So right now, with the way the start goes, the jungler and mid laner are stuck in the mid lane for 3 to 4 waves. And with that, you need to make sure you can pressure out in the lane and potentially fight. Being able to fight can get you a snowball, that snowball potential. Thanatos can fight when paired with pretty much every mage. So I like Thanatos a lot. Ravana, on the other hand, if you aren't comfortable with fighting or your mechanics, he's safer. He can get through that stage very, very easily and then move on to the regular gameplay. Regular gameplay right now is just tons of fighting and ganking in the side lanes. Both of them do that fairly well. Thanatos does it more in control. Ravana does it more as a follow-up. Thanatos snowball is almost guaranteed if you're hitting your abilities. Ravana is not guaranteed to snowball, so there's a risk reward there as well. Why I don't have one of these in the 5 slot is because I think if your ability is there, your mechanical skill is there, Thanatos is in the number 4 slot solid, but I'm giving people an option for Ravana to fill that slot. And it's mainly because the kits do work well, and it's like you offload your whole kit, you just W key onto somebody and you get a kill. The Ravana, I won't say requires a team, because if you get the right play in and you get a little bit of a lead, you don't really require a team to kill people, but Thanatos can be behind and kill people. Thanatos can, doesn't need the snowball to guarantee able to one-shot somebody. Ravana kind of does. So that's number 4 on our list. Number 3 on our list is going to be Susano. Notice I'm shifting away. There's no Mercury, there's no Baka in this thing. It's a lot of either auto attack gods that we're talking about or Shrawl ability gods we're going to be talking about. So Susano, probably the best teamfight ultimate from an assassin in Smite. If this knockup on the ult hits 2 people in a teamfight, you're almost guaranteed to win it. Heavy CC between the knockup there, the pull and the 2. Auto attack canceling is key. I dropped a video on pretty much all the settings in Smite you need to have and all of the mechanics in Smite you need to understand. And I went over auto attack canceling again. I've done it in a video a long time ago, but I broke down how simple auto attack canceling is. I did it on Susano, I did it on Loki, and everyone that was around when I was teaching it pretty much said, you just explained everything in the most simple way, and I never understood this, and now I do. So go watch it. Hopefully it helps you. But it's just high damage output. Auto attack canceling with Susano is a must. If you can't AA cancel, do not play Susano, please, for the love of everything in your life. It's very basic. Watch the video, you'll learn. Go practice it a couple times, you'll understand it. If you don't want to do that, don't play Susano. Beyond the ultimate, beyond the 2, he's just got high damage output. He's got a good laning phase. He can clear that mid wave early pretty easily. He's got the easy rotations. His ganks are great. He's got a double knockup in his CC kit. Like, you can't really go wrong with that. And he's going to maintain that slot. His farm is good, especially go eye the jungle on all these junglers. I realize that your brain and most people think Spear or Bumba's Hammer is the hammer is the better starter for ability assassins. It's not. Eye of the Jungle's passive is way too strong, or Protector of the Jungle, the late game Eye is way too strong to not go right now. So go that on Susano, you'll have a lot of fun. Our second jungler on the list is Thor. Why Thor? Honestly, at high level Smite right now, people are banning Thor every game. Every single game. I've had people trying to say he falls off. Thor doesn't fall off anymore. Ever since they added damage to his 2, really, actually, when he went through his one rework where they changed his ult and added a little bit more damage to that. At that point was when people realized he really didn't fall off late game, still had a pretty good late game. His damage is just nuts with the power you're getting from items these days and the stats you're getting from items. He pumps. But his 2 doing damage just added a whole nother layer to his kit where you never expect, even now I don't expect to take damage from the 2. So when I get 2-1, I take even more burst and it's unexpected. That never falls off throughout the game anymore. So that's why he is at number 2, but it's his control in the late game team fights while still pumping out high level assassin jungle damage. And that value is there because he's doing it at a distance. Yes, you can be jumped on, but if you're around your team gripped on a fire or gold or whatever, you can 2-1 fairly safely. 2-1, walk away. 2-1, walk away. If you're good at controlling vision, you're going to be able to get free ults. Nobody's paying attention to Thor ults in a team fight. So if you're able to poke, a team fight starts off, and you're able to get to the side and ult, people don't look for you. They're in the middle of a fight. They're tunnel vision on their target. So Thor right now, with this small jungle and all these fights going into the late game, is completely ripping up enemy teams. It's ridiculous. And the massive cooldown you're getting from items, you're pretty much cap CDR shoot like with any build you want to go. He's just not struggling. He's killing it. People are banning him. I'm seeing him banned more than Mercury right now at high level in Smite. I do want to mention before we get to this number 1, because I'm talking about bans. Right now, the top bans in like Masters level Smite is well, not top, but the junglers being banned you're seeing are Mercury sometimes, Thor a lot of the time, and Serket all the time. Serket is going to take a hit to this Spectral because Serket requires the burst to go through. Yes, in ranked, Serket is still going to be annoying. She's still going to one-shot people when she's by herself. But as soon as grouping happens, which if you're in Diamond Plus, people are 3-man grouping really early and just staying 3-man group. The support's pretty much just sitting around following everybody. It makes it way hard to play Serket. Lower end, you might still see a lot of success, but that's not a reason for me to put her into this top 5 video. Number 1 on my list, and this is very much because crit is falling off, it's Nemesis. So in current Smite, with crit being good, I mean, even right now, hunters are building way less crit. They're going the ability auto attack build. With crit being built less, you're seeing us fall into this area where hunters don't insta-kill assassins. They don't insta-kill mages. They kill very fast with this AA build. But this build, this AA pen build, is more around the idea of let me land 3 autos and then I'm going to hit you after that 3rd auto because they're getting XP put up. I'm going to hit you so hard that you're not going to be able to stand there. You're going to have to run away. So you shred tanks. To follow up with the way the meta is shifting to make tank shredding important, especially with these AA warriors that are about to get buffed in this patch, Nemesis shreds tanks. So it falls right in line with what hunters are looking to do right now. But Nemesis without crit can still pretty much one-shot a squishy with a Hydra's build. You auto attack Hydra's build. So it's kind of like an AA pen build, same as hunters, but you have this auto attack cancel that will insta kill squishies. So you're gonna maintain the kill speed of a crit god, but not have crit in your build. You're not gonna have to go crit on Nemesis, and that is very valuable going into this meta shifts we're gonna see. You're gonna like it a lot. Nemesis farms the same. This is the other key. This is probably the main thing that puts them up at number 1 for me still. Farms the same as Mercury and Baka as soon as you get Golden Blade online. You have one ability, that clears fast. Your 2, same as Mercury. And then your auto attacks are hitting really hard and you're clearing off of Golden Blade. You also have good movement around the map. Not quite as fast as Baka and Mercury, but with your 1, you can kind of use that to move around the map a good amount. Once you have enough mana, you're not going all the time. So you're gonna see Nem do very well for you. Learn the auto attack canceling. Like I said, I did a video on Susano and Loki, but it applies to Nem as well with the 3. More than the 2, but the 3 very well is a really good auto attack canceling tool. So watch those videos. You'll learn how to do it very quickly. Trust me, it's not difficult. And you'll start to see a lot of success. These jugglers a lot of them are already doing very well, and I expect them to just get bumped up more as we see Spectral kill off. Well, could be wrong, but it seems everyone thinks Spectral's gonna kill off Serket, Mercury, and Baka, because all 3 of them require crit to do pretty much everything. And usually around this time of the year, every year, if crit is meta, it gets killed right around now. So it falls in line with Hi-Rez's timeline that we've seen year after year. Hopefully you guys liked the video. If you did, hit the like button, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll be doing another top 5 video on top of all our elo hells and everything else that you'll be seeing on the channel. Just double posting some days for you guys. So if you like this, please let me know in the comments. I will see you on the video later tomorrow. The next day, the next day, the next day, and the next day.